guys, welcome to today's video. Today we actually are going to be doing this New Year's Eve makeup look. This is going to be my final tutorial, final video of the year. I am so happy I finally started my YouTube journey this year. I am so blessed that I finally got the courage in me to start. I've wanted to do this for so long, and I'm finally doing it. And thank you so much for being here. I really hope that you enjoyed this video, and I really hope that you stick with me in 2020. Please do subscribe to my channel if you have not already. But if you do want to see this I honestly think this is like super beautiful for New Year's. It's still very neutral, but it does have a little bit of glitter, a little bit of pizzazz, which is what I love about it. If you do want to see this look, then please keep watching. Alright guys, I went ahead and zoomed you on in. To start off this New Year's Eve look, I'm actually going to go in with the Soft Glam palette from Anastasia, and I'm going to take Orange Soda and Burnt Orange, and I'm going to start mixing those two into my crease as my transition shade. Okay, next I'm actually going to go into the Dose of Colors Friendcation palette, and I'm going to take Necessary. It's that middle shade. It's more of just like a very muted brown, like it doesn't have any orange, no pink, it's just a solid neutral brown. And I'm actually going to go ahead and work that into the crease as well and place that on top of the first transition shade we did. Again, I love to build up transition colors, and that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I feel like when you build up a good crease color, it allows everything else to blend out nicely. You kind of have to put in the work to get the result, so that's kind of what I'm doing here. I'm also trying to tone down a little bit of the orange. I don't want it super orangey. I like it very warm in the crease, but not too orangey, so I think this shade will balance out the orange a little bit. Okay, I went ahead and switched to my Morphe M433 brush. I'm going to be taking Rustic from the Soft Glam palette by Anastasia, and I'm going to start bringing that into the crease as well, but almost like in my lower crease area, so not as high. This one's going to be more lower, and that's going to be going back and forth as well. And I'm also going to start the outer V work. I do want to put another dark chocolate color in the outer V to make it more smoky, but I'm going to start building that up with this color, Rustic. So now to darken up the outer corners, this one right here on top is the Cypress Umber from Anastasia, and this one is Chains from the Friendcation palette from Dose of Colors. Honestly, they're very, very similar, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and take Cypress Umber from Anastasia. Again, they are very similar, but it does look like it has more of like a shine to it, even though it is a matte. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and take that first one to darken up my outer V area. So still going back in with my Morphe M433, I'm gonna go in with Cypress Umber and take that. And this is literally just gonna be focused on this outer area. I'm really not trying to bring it up into the crease at all, or any type of like anything higher than like my natural crease. So I'm just gonna bring this down and then kind of just buff it in. Just make sure that it blends seamlessly. Okay, taking my first Sephora brush, I'm gonna go back in with the shade Necessary, and I'm just going to start, I guess, blending out all my work that I've already done and just making sure that there are no harsh lines and everything has a smooth transition. So I'm not adding much more product, just a little bit, and then just reblending everything out. Okay, now for our lid shade, I'm actually not gonna cut the crease at all today because it's not pretty. I am a work in progress on my crease shades. Y'all know that. Okay, so I'm gonna start with the Dream Street from ColourPop. I'm gonna take Spark and I'm gonna go ahead and lay that on my full lid. And then I'm actually gonna go in with this Dominique Cosmetics Celestial Thunder palette. This is the one that was given to us in our BoxyCharms. And I'm gonna go ahead and take that shade, which is Eternal Light, and I'm gonna place it on top of the Spark shade from ColourPop. And I really just want to do like, I don't know, I want something to be very like, I want a lid shade that pops. And I'm gonna try this and see how it goes. But just something that's very pretty and very like, you know, just something like really pretty for the new year and something like very sparkly. But it doesn't have to be like overly glitter, just a really pretty eye look. And these are my favorite eye looks to do, which is like this like champagne-y, light gold, white gold type of eye. And I feel more comfortable wearing this. And so for New Year's, I do want to look glam, but I also want to be comfortable. So that's what I'm trying to achieve here. And then I'm gonna go back and I'm not gonna add any additional product on my brush, and I'm gonna blend this out. And then making sure that my outer V color and my lid shade blend nice together as well. Okay, I went ahead and did the other eye, and that's pretty much what I've come up with. But I'm actually gonna add Just a Kiss as well from the Friendcation palette, and I'm gonna see what that does. I heard this is like a topper, it's not an actual shade. So I'm gonna just kind of top my eye and see what that does. So, kind of gives it a little more bling. A little more sparkle. All right, that is our eyelid for now. I will come back and finish it up a little bit later. I'm gonna go ahead and just add a really thin liner. Again, this is just so the false lashes and my actual lashes kind of look like one. I don't want there to be any crazy like separation, so that's kind of what I'm just doing here. Just adding a very, very faint, very thin line. Just like that, and then I'm gonna do the same to the other side. Okay, I'm gonna take the NYX On The Rise Volume Mascara, and I'm just gonna give my lashes a like thin coat because I'm gonna go ahead and put some false lashes on top. So I want them to have something to stick to, which is why we use mascara. And then they also blend a little bit better when you do have mascara as opposed to when you don't. Okay, for lashes today, I'm actually going to be using these Lilly lashes. They are in Dallas. They are just their premium synthetic lash. I have been using these lately and I actually really like them. They're very full, very fluttery, and they're very dramatic. So I'm going to go ahead and pop these on and I will be right back. Okay, I went ahead and put on the lashes. I mean, do you see what I mean? How just so dramatic they are. They're the same length all the way across, and they're just like very like, I mean, they touch like my eyebrows. They're very dramatic, and I really like them. And I pretty much just put some more like the liquid liner, the felt tip liner on top of the band again, just to make sure it's hidden. But lashes are done. We are gonna finish our lower lash line in a little bit, but I'm gonna go ahead and zoom you out so we can do the rest of our face. Okay, for foundation, I'm actually gonna go on with the Dior Forever. I'm actually not even sure if this is discontinued or not. I use the shade 21. This used to be my holy grail back in the day, and I kind of just rediscovered it when I found it back in my collection. I'm trying to go through my foundations because, you know, makeup expires and stuff, and I don't want to hoard stuff that I've had for years. And this is one that I've had for quite a while. So I'm trying to go ahead and just finish what I have before I start buying any new like foundations or concealers or just whatever it may be. So I'm pretty much just taking my finger and scattering it all over my face. And then I'm gonna blend it out with my beauty blender and pick up some on my hand, so none of the product that's on my face gets taken away. And then just go ahead and blend it all the way out. A side note, I literally just got my brows and my upper lip waxed, and isn't that the best feeling? You just feel like your makeup goes on so much better and it's just so smooth, and I don't know, I just love it, and that's kind of how I feel right now. Everything looks so smooth. So I'm going to continue on with concealer. I'm actually going to use Tarte Shape Tape. This one's a little bit running out, so I'm just trying to like scoop up whatever I have left in here before I open up a new one. But I'm just doing my T-zone and then my under eye area. I love doing a really thick layer of concealer, so if you think this is a lot, it's probably because it is. I just love to have, I mean, I love to be cake face. Who doesn't? Like, that is the best. Like, I love when your makeup is just full blown out. Like, it's either 0 or 100. It's never anything in the middle, and I like to be 100 all the time. Not because I have insecurities, but because I love makeup, and that's just what it is. So put as much on as you want, girl. Okay, and then for powder, I'm just going to take my Kylie Cosmetics translucent powder, and I'm going to go ahead and put that underneath my eyes, kind of just dab it out, make sure there's no already like creases. So I'm just going to put that in everywhere that I put the concealer, and this is what I'm going to use to set everything. So put a good layer, or however much you want. I usually like a good layer. And I always set my smile lines because for some reason I always get creases there, and I hate that. Under my chin and my forehead. And I always kind of add more. You can never have too much powder. I always actually do right in here too, like in the middle of my brows. Just always feel like it gets kind of greasy right there as the day goes on. And then I'll let that sit for a little bit as I do like my bronzer and blush and highlight. For bronzer today, I'm gonna go ahead and use this Lorac Tantalizer. It's in the shade Golden Glow. I'm not sure if they still sell this. They probably do. It's been a while and I've had it for a while, but I actually really like it. And I'm gonna use that today. Like, that's really, really pretty. I really like that. I'm just gonna go ahead and like make that fishy face, and then go ahead and dust it around my forehead, on my cheeks, and then underneath here. I always like to make sure I get my chin and kind of like right here, your jawline. Those are all the areas that I like to bronze. I like how this gives like that super, I mean, it's called Golden Glow. It definitely gives like a nice golden like bronze look. And then I'm just gonna take a Hoola, the original Hoola bronzer, and I'm gonna contour a little bit just underneath right here my lip. It definitely gives you that more like pouty look to your lip, and make sure your lips look a little bit bigger. And I'm also going to contour a little bit of my cheeks right here. Always remember to blend up, don't blend down. So take it and then like circular motions up, because when you start blending down is when you start getting really muddy. So I always blend up. And then I always take a little bit around my forehead as well, even though I don't need much. I do have a big forehead. I have like a really big bump right here. So I try to hide it as much as possible. I definitely hide it with my hair, but I could always hide it with bronzer as well. So take some up there. And then we are gonna contour our nose a little bit too in a little bit. I'm gonna dust off a little bit of the bakage. I actually got some on my brows, but it's okay. It's translucent, it'll just wipe away. And then I'm going to contour a little bit my nose. And don't be afraid to take it up into the, like your brow bone. It kind of like connects as one. So that's kind of what I do. Okay, went ahead and zoomed you back in so we can go ahead and finish our lower lash area. I really just want to start dusting off the powder because I don't want it to look too crusty. But I'm going to go ahead and take just almost like a, I don't know, this is like a little shader brush, but I'm really just going to use it to pack on the Cypress Umber color from the Anastasia palette. And I'm going to try to just pack that on close to the lower lash line. And then we are going to blend that out. So pack as much as you want. Again, this is a New Year's Eve look, so it's definitely okay to go smoky. So go ahead and just keep packing that on. All right, it's okay to be a little bit messy, okay? So we're just gonna blend out that lower lash line with Rustic, and this is a dark color too, so just be a little bit careful that it doesn't get everywhere. Again, it's okay to be smoky, but you also don't wanna be too messy. And I'm just going back with the M433 and kind of blending out that Cypress Umber color with Rustic. And we're gonna do that on both sides. And then I'm actually gonna go in a little bit more with Burnt Orange and further blend that out a little bit lower. So now I'm gonna take Burnt Orange and do the same. So you start with the darkest color closest to your lower lash line and you kind of just do a trickle effect. And I'm using pretty much the same colors I used on the upper eye because you want everything to look like one and very unison, and it's pretty much bringing it down the lower lash line as well. So you're just continuing your look. And just like that, our eyes are done. I'm gonna go ahead and add some just black liner and then mascara, and then we can finish the rest of our face. Okay, I went ahead and just added the On The Rise mascara to my lower lash line, and I just used a regular pencil black eye kohl. And then I'm gonna go ahead and take this brow gel. This was in the Brow Bar kit that I got in my BoxyCharm. I did use the chocolate shade on my brows, and I'm gonna go ahead and take the gel from here and just do a quick pass through my brows so I can go ahead and set them. I really like this color. It's super chocolatey, super like dark, and it definitely gives, you know, your brows that finished touch. But you do have to be careful with it because it can get messy and it does get everywhere. So just be careful with it when you use it, if you do use it. Okay, just let that dry. I'm gonna go ahead and go in with blush. This is Berry Amore from Milani. And I'm gonna go ahead and just take, this is a Coastal Scents brush. It's a BRCN25. And just go ahead and sweep that on my cheeks. It's a pretty color. I feel like it's a pretty, I don't know, it kind of reminds me of just like a normal berry coral color. It can get pretty intense, but it's okay. We blend it out, and also blush is the first thing to always fade. So it's okay if you go in a little bit more intense than what you wanted. It'll fade the fastest or the quickest. And then for highlight, I'm actually going to use Dose of Colors Fuego. It's very poppin', very New Year's Eve-ish. So that's what I'm going to use, and I'm going to take it on the Morphe M501. And go ahead and like sweep a little bit on the tip of my nose. And then on the bridge of my nose as well. I love a good flashy nose. My brushes are a little bit shedding just because I just washed them. I always notice every time I wash them, they get kind of like, they shed a little bit. Not anything excessive or that's gonna make me stop using them, but just a little bit. And then take that right here on my cheeks. Okay, you can go ahead and add as much highlight as you want. This is the time to be as blinging as you want. Like, pretty much be a shining star. And I'm gonna go ahead and just take this Makeup Geek concealer brush. It's just a really pretty, not pretty, it's just a really like defined, like precise brush. I mean, it is cute, I guess. And put some of this right underneath my brow bone. I like all my highlights to be cohesive, so I try to always use the same product. And then put some of this underneath right here as well on the opposite side. My lashes are like so long that I'm even having a hard time to like just brush this under because my lashes pretty much touch the top of my brow. And then I'm also gonna use this for the inner corner highlight. So just kind of place that right in there on both sides. I think that totally completes the eye look, is the inner corner highlight. Okay, I went ahead and just dusted a little bit of powder. I'm gonna let that set for a little bit just to kind of clean up my bronzer and contour. This step is also optional. This is MAC Orb. I'm actually gonna take a little bit of this and put it underneath my eyes right here. It's just a very light color that allows like, you know, your under eyes to pop a little bit. It'll brighten them up. I did go into MAC and I wanted to get the Studio Fix powder to try to like brighten up my under eyes, but she was telling me that I didn't need to buy two powders because I wanted one for like all over the face and one to be a little bit more brightening for underneath the eyes. But she informed me like you don't need two. So she was like, why don't you just buy MAC Orb, and it works kind of similar. It brightens up the under eye. So that's what I went ahead and did. And it does. I mean, it's cute. It just kind of gives your eyes a little bit more brightness, which is, I feel like, what we all want. So I just want to go ahead and dust a little bit underneath my eyes there. Okay, went ahead and zoomed you in so we can finish our lips. I'm going to take the ColourPop Curvii. It's the I Love Sarai collab. And I'm gonna line my lips with this lip liner. For our actual lipstick, I'm actually going to use the Anastasia. This was the collection that came out for the holidays. It's called, what is this called? Oh, the Undressed collection. And I'm going to use two of the shades, On Mute and Sand. Now, I don't want it to be too dark, so I'm going to go in very little bit with On Mute, because to me, this is like a really darker type of nude. So I'm literally just gonna like kind of pat it, and then I'm gonna blend it out with my finger because I don't want it to be, again, too dark. So I'm gonna blend that out with my finger. And then I'm gonna take Sand as well, and I'm just gonna dot that like kind of right in the middle. You see how much lighter that is? But mixed together, it does create a really pretty color, like a nice custom color. And then I'm gonna just go ahead and dab that as well. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and let that dry, and I'm actually gonna put on a gloss today, and I'm gonna go ahead and take Over the Top, which is the lip gloss in the collection with Desi and Katie and Dose of Colors. So I'm gonna go ahead and dab that. It's literally just a clear, and it has like gold glitter reflex. So that is very festive, very like blingy, very New Year's-y. And I'm gonna just go ahead and dab that kind of in the middle, and then again pat it out with my finger. now the last step, we are gonna just spray some Urban Decay all-nighter since we are going to be out all night past midnight, probably partying, probably drinking, whatever you're gonna do, or falling asleep, I don't know. Give yourself a nice generous layer and then let that dry. We are finally done. This does end the tutorial. Thank you so much for watching. I really enjoyed how this did come out. I love this type of eye look. If I could wear this every day, I definitely would, but it does take time, and a lot of times, who has really all that, you know, time, all those minutes to actually blend out a smoky eye? Probably not a lot of us, but I mean, I really hope you have a very fun, very safe New Year's Eve. If you're going to those parties, I mean, I know you're gonna be dressed in your beautiful dresses with your nice hair and makeup and your fancy lashes. I literally just threw on this little sweater. I probably am gonna be staying in. I don't really have plans to go out, but it's definitely fun if you do get a chance to go out. And thank you again so much for watching this video, and thank you for being a part of my YouTube journey in 2019. I have wanted to start YouTube for so long, probably 5+ years by now. But just like probably most of you, I let my insecurities get the best of me, and I kind of was tired of that, and I decided like this has to stop and I want to start doing what I want to do. So I'm very excited for 2020. I hope a lot of great things come in 2020 for me, for you, for everybody. So that is kind of like my resolution, to start just tackling my dreams, and I hope you have your resolutions made and you get a hold of them. And yeah, again, thank you again for being here. Thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting me. Please do subscribe to my channel if you have not already, and I will see you guys next year. Bye.